Prrrah! In this episode of I Don't Work Here Lady, we are reading 7 interesting stories. There is more than one Winston out there. Mistaken for the Manny, telling the owner I don't work there, embarrassed manager, and finally, I end up becoming an employee for an hour and a half and got paid. If this is your first time, my name is Spicy and I cover the craziest and the funniest retail stories. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to click the like button and subscribe. For more I Don't Work Here Lady videos, check out the playlist in the description. Make sure to comment a fire emoji if you think the video is fire. Congratulations RG Ship for the comment of the day. Now let's find some more Karens. There's more than one Winston out there. I had my own Winston experience in a Costco last year. I made the dreaded decision to wear a button-down shirt that day, and this old man assumes I must be an employee. I literally had my card and everything. He asked me where the Bailey's is. Again, not an employee, but I happen to know. The alcohol is over in the back corner. Bailey's is not an alcohol, it's a spice. Oh, well, I don't know then. What do you mean you don't know? I don't know where the spices are, but you can ask an employee. You're an employee. Nope. Don't be so lazy. Go find someone else to help me. No. I leave and never see him again. I didn't know this sub existed back then, or I would have tried to F with him more. Live and learn. Mistaken for the Manny. Here's a situation that may or may not apply to I Don't Work Here Lady. I am half black, as evidenced by my Reddit username. My first wife is white, Jewish, and 13 years old older than I. Her son is very fair and has a stereotypical Jewish look. An example, prominent nose and a Jew fro. At the time, we were living in Jacksonville, Florida, the redneck Riviera. One day, I went to a jitney jungle to buy diapers. I put our son, he was a year old, onto a shopping cart seat and proceeded to the baby section. After I put a box of diapers into the cart, I made my way to checkout. As I was waiting in line, a sweet old Jewish woman came up to me and said, "What a cute little boy. My daughter is looking for a babysitter for her son. How much do you charge and can I get your phone number?" I smiled and said, "Sorry, I'm all booked up for now." Nothing more, except that my wife and I had a good chuckle when I returned home to relate what happened. You see, that's a nice, short and sweet story. If I understood correctly, he got mistaken for the Manny because he didn't really look like his son. I assumed the little boy had more resemblance with his mother, which is why he got confused for the Manny. That works out for me. This is a cool story, short, nothing aggressive, I like it. Let's get to the next one. Telling the owner I don't work there. This happened a few years ago when I was unemployed and looking for a job. After a couple of months of unemployment, I was getting desperate and applying to just about anything I saw. I ended up interviewing at a local ice cream place for an assistant manager position, hoping it would pay enough for me to get off unemployment while I continued looking for something better. I was offered a job and ended up not accepting it for various reasons. I did end up taking a job pulling CAT5 cable. About 2 months after I started pulling cables, I got a call from the owner of the ice cream shop. I answered and he began interrogating me as to why I didn't lock up last night. He told me how irresponsible I was while not letting me get a word in edgewise. Finally, he stopped talking long enough for me to talk. The exchange went something like this. "I don't work for you." "What?" "I didn't take that job." "Oh." There was a long, awkward pause, and he just hung up. I am still not sure exactly why he thought I took that job. Oh well, this is what happens when you don't manage your business properly. You think you've employed people that you did not employ. And then you call people, yelling on them and telling them how responsible they are for something they didn't do. And especially for something that happened inside your own business. Like, don't you have cameras to verify these things, or, I don't know, a schedule for all the employees? Don't you have things like these? Embarrassed manager. A few years back when I worked for First Bus, I went to my local Tesco store after work. My uniform was a dark blue jacket, dark blue trousers, white shirt, and a tie in the company colors. Also, I was wearing a high-vis jacket. The staff at Tesco wear a dark blue polo shirt and trousers and a dark blue fleece. Over the years, I've been mistaken for an employee by customers, but they very quickly realized their mistakes. This one time, however, takes the biscuit. I was standing looking at the magazines and flicking through one I was about to buy. Street Fighters for whoever is interested. What I was reading got snatched out of my hands, leading to the following altercation. M is assistant manager, me is me. I don't pay you to stay around looking at magazines. Probably because you don't pay me at all. Don't talk back. What department do you work at? Sterling Road Bus Depot. I took a few moments to realization to kick in as he started looking at my uniform. You don't work here, do you? No, I don't. I was planning on spending money here, but I don't think I will now. Can I speak to your manager, please? Turns out the store manager was nearby watching the incident. He even admitted that initially he thought I was an employee, but very quickly realized I wasn't when I turned around, but decided to see how quickly the assistant manager will catch on. He apologized to me, handing me my magazine and told me it was free. I returned to the store a week or so later, and lo and behold, the assistant manager had been demoted to cashier. Oh man, how do you go from assistant manager to cashier? That is such a downgrade. I don't know, but that sucks. Can you really get downgraded that much for just one simple mistake? I understand maybe he was being rude, but in the end he got confused. The only good possible reason I will see for this guy to get demoted was because he was rude to a customer. I ended up becoming an employee for an hour and a half and got paid. OL for the old lady, and G for the grandson, and me is me. This is not a bad experience, but a funny one to remember. One day I was shopping at Joan Fabrics. I was in the fabric aisle and was looking around when I felt a tap on my shoulder. I turned around to see an old woman, about 70 or so, with a guy behind her. He looks about a year older than me, about 16 years old. Excuse me, but you work here, right? Keep in mind that I am wearing a dark blue sweater with a white Triforce on it. The employees there wear a white t-shirt with a green apron with the company logo on it. I stand there for a second, processing what she just said. Oh, no, I don't work here. Oh, okay, but I need your help for 1 second. She then brings her card over to me. It has 3 big fluffy fabric rolls in it, a snowman, a reindeer, and a penguin patterns. I am making my grandbaby a nice blanket, and I need someone's advice on which one I should get him. She then points to the guy who is standing right behind her. He's looking really embarrassed and like he just wants to leave. I ask my daughter and we all have different opinions, so I want someone to break the tie. She looks at me and smiles. So, I like the snowman one. I thought so too. Grandson, you're getting the snowman pattern. She's literally around and jumped with glee and had a huge smile. Grandson just covered his face in embarrassment. In a weird way, I felt embarrassed with him. She looked at me for a second. Oh, what a lovely pattern. I looked down and remember I had a roll of a fabric in my arms. It has pink cherry blossoms on it with a black background. Oh, thank you. You have a good eye for cute patterns. Say, can you help me out? I am also trying to look for a cute pattern for my 3-year-old granddaughter. I wanted to make her a dress for her birthday that's coming up in a week. I have a soft spot for old people and I didn't have the heart to say no. So I agreed. I won't forget how happy she looked when I said yes. She looked like she wanted to cry. Oh, thank you. My daughter and grandson never really help when it comes to things like this. They usually just nod at everything and never actually help. The grandson just kinda looks down. His face basically says, just kill me already. And his face goes bright red. Grandson, can you go and wait on the bench while us ladies go and shop? He quickly nods and gives me a I'm sorry look and hurries away. We shop around for a while. She was really nice. She told me about her grandson and her granddaughter. The type of stories a grandma would tell, the embarrassing ones. We find this pink pattern with strawberries and flowers on it. The entire time she is smiling and gleaming with joy. I hope when she grows up she has a fashion eye just like you. I thank her and she shops a little more, asking what would look nice on the dress and asking if frills would look nice on the bottom and what accessories would look good on it. After helping her for about an hour and a half, she finishes shopping and goes to the checkout. Thank you for putting up with me and thank you for helping me out. I truly appreciate it. It's no problem. I like shopping for fabric and stuff. I actually sometimes shop with my grandma. Your grandma raised you right. Also, here's a little something for wasting your time. She then hands me 30 bucks. I declined, telling her it's alright and that I had fun shopping with her. She kept insisting and I gave in. She then hugged me and went on her way, waving at me as she left. I meet up with my mom, who I had forgotten about. Oops. Every time I go back in that store, I can't help but think of her and smile. I really hope her granddaughter loved the dress. Oh my god, that was such a beautiful story. Cute, you're gonna make me cry. No, I'm not gonna cry, but this was such a beautiful story. I'm glad I read it. This is beautiful. If you think this was a beautiful story, you need to comment a fire emoji in the comments right now. Or if you like the video at all, you can comment a fire emoji. And come on, drop your funniest comment because I pick a comment of the day each and every day. Hey, did you like this I Don't Work Here Lady video? If you did, check out my playlist right here. I bet you will love it. These videos take me a lot of time and effort to make, so if you can show me some support by liking the video and subscribing, this will mean the world to me. Also hit the bell button to know when we post a new video and join the notification gang. Thank you again for watching episode 71 of I Don't Work Here Lady. See ya!